All right, folks out there, this is Markus, Helloween Space Beater, speaking to you, and you're listening to Metal on Loud. Yeah, right.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. How
All
are
right, no problem.
how are things in the world of Halloween?
Well, it's a bit lazy right now, as you can imagine, as there is nothing to tour and nothing to do in the studio. And, well, I'm sitting here uh, drinking my first couple of beers right from the tap because it wasn't allowed before.
Mm-hmm.
We drink outside, and bars and shops were closed. But, renovating the flat a little, doing here a little, hanging out with my family a little, playing a little at home. But that's life, everybody has to suffer it
Yeah,
nowadays.
but you've been keeping busy. I've been listening to the new album for the last few days, and
All
it
right.
it blows me away, man. It's a masterpiece.
Nice. Yeah, I hope it makes you feel better in these crazy times.
It does, it does, and I bet it must be nice to be working together with seven people now on this record, right?
It's very, very nice. There's so much creativity coming along,
Mhm.
coming across with it. And you're sitting in the studio having playing the bass, and there's like six people throwing ideas at you, You got to catch it all up, trying all those things out till your head is exploding. It doesn't make my working life easier,
Mhm.
but it's nice, You got to be very, very concentrated trying all those ideas. But uh, after listening to the album, each second of it was worth it.
Yeah, and the reception of it has been pretty amazing as well. People call it a new groundbreaking in the power metal, things like that. It must be nice to get that kind of feedback.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're working on something and then getting a feedback like this, it's just overwhelming, giving me goosebumps. Just right, just like when we did the very first live shows with this lineup. I mean, the reaction from the people, from the visitors, from the fans, from the audience, was so great. There was so much energy coming from the audience.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally get that.
Fantastic.
You've always been a great live band. That's something you pride yourself on. What do you think the new experience brought extra for the fans?
Uh, what do you mean by that? Anyway,
With the seven people on stage, what extra dimension did it bring to your live set?
I mean, it was like another quality of energy. Everybody was waiting for this like for ages, and suddenly this very moment on the stage, it's just like it never changes. Everything was changing, uh, after all those years. I mean, the whole media, the whole press stuff, the whole internet stuff, and interviews and everything kind of changed. Technique changed, but this very moment on stage, this for lucky reason never changed. It's that very, very emotional moment. You cannot really repeat it like you do a mistake in the studio or something. You can just like drop in or something, but this is not happen live. It's just that very second, that very emotion, and I kind of like that a lot, and that went very, very well this time.
Would you say that it was easy to pick up the recording again with the return of Michael and Kai?
It was like that's why we started with a tour, actually the other way around. Normally you do a record and then you go out playing,
Mhm.
but then it's easier checking all the attitudes out, uh, in while doing a live tour. If something happened, you can maybe do the tour and then saying, all right, that's it. But then after the show, you can maybe shut off to your hotel room if you don't like to hang out together.
Mhm.
And but you do the show, and if you find out in the studio during like a heavy concentrating creative process, when you find out in the middle of that you're not going to be able to work together, this is kind of heavy because you got to finish the record with a bad mood, and that's not gonna sound well, you know. But thank God everything went so well. Everybody was like, the understanding was great, the feeling was great. I mean, it was just like a rebirth, you know, with two new people and two new old people, so to say. And that's why we called the album just like Helloween, because we felt like very, very freshly newborn Halloween.
Yeah, it's almost like a rebirth, you could say. For me, I try to compare this album to your earlier work, and it felt so much more powerful. I think this time around.
Yeah, it's like two more people coming in, you know, throwing their power everywhere, and you soak it up, and this is what the result is. What you hear, you know, there's
Mm-hmm.
so much energy and so much ideas coming from everybody. We had so much riffs, melodies, songs, and ideas from everybody, because we're like a lot of songwriters are hanging around in the band. It's not only one or two, and that gives the whole thing a big variety on different stuff. That you probably can hear on the record, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But still, if you get any idea coming from anybody, influenced by different kinds of music, you know, if Halloween works on it, it suddenly and all of a sudden becomes a Halloween song, and that's a great thing about it. Everybody knows how to treat ideas coming from anybody, and everybody knows how to make a great Halloween song out of it. You know, that's a kind of routine we got after those years. You get any idea, and if you slightly like it, you can form it into a Halloween song. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great thing with this people. You know, I kind of like it a lot.
Well, the first Halloween album I owned was a little album called Pink Bubbles Go Ape. So you can even write a good Halloween song about heavy metal hamsters.
Yeah, you know, anything's possible.
Absolutely. Since you and Michael Wyckoff can be seen as the real keepers of the seven keys for being around all the time, how do you look at the progression of the band from the early days to now?
Well, it's just like a lifetime achievement you got there. It's, you know, you're hanging around all the time, most of the time, or it's a life. Halloween is a lifestyle, and as life goes on, you have like very good times. Also, you have very bad times. Working in a band, and it's not only having fun doing parties. You know,
Mhm.
if you do it for a year and two, and then fuck off doing another job, then it might be only fun. But doing it for a lifetime, as as we do, is just like you have ups and downs, and you have uh, uh, problems you have to deal with. Suddenly you find yourself back in a big business when you are like 22, 23 years old,
Mhm.
just went out there for rock and roll and stuff like this, and suddenly you have to deal with big business, and of course you make mistakes,
Mhm.
and you're going to be treated very cruel from the business.
Yeah.
But this is all life, you know. You live and you learn, and you have to go through all those uh, 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 bad things. You have to go
Mhm.
through all this shit to grow.
All true
You know,
passion
shit. You
comes
know,
with
a lot of
an
shit.
amount of
A lot of
pain.
shit gets you. A lot of shit gets you growing. In a
Absolutely.
way.
That all true passion comes with an amount of pain. It's all part of the
Yeah.
job.
You take a good shower. You take a good shampoo, and then you're back in on track again.
Sure enough.
Shaking off the shit
Yeah.
you went through.
Now you already mentioned that there's not much to be done at this moment in the current apocalypse, but you're one of the few bands that already have a planned tour out there.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one. I'm really looking forward to doing it, and having it replaced for like rebooked for like three times. We
Mhm.
got the idea to invite another very cool successful band to create a killer package, and we found that with Hammerfall. We know the guys, you know,
Mhm.
they recorded in any studio, and we know them very well. So we thought it's a very good idea, and they're not only coming in for like 40 minutes supporting us. Uh, they have a playing spot for like 1 hour, 15, 20 minutes, something. And so we call it a very special fucking mega guest. and after that you will have like two something 2 15 hours Halloween, and I call that a cool killer package.
I think that would be an amazing show to witness. Yeah. What songs of the new album are you looking forward to playing live most?
I guess it's definitely Skyfall we have to do, and we like to do, of
Mhm.
course. And then we were talking about some things there which are not clear yet because there's so many stuff we need to play beside of that. You cannot do like 5 or 6 songs from the new album
Mhm.
and then not playing I Want Out or something. We're still discussing on it, and it's going to be a tough discussion, I
Mhm.
guess. But there will be 2 3 songs maybe. I cannot really tell you what it is
Mhm.
because there's a couple of them on the table, and we gotta see. Because there's also a lot of other very very long songs we like to play in some way, but also you cannot play an hour with only 4 or 5 songs. You
No.
know, it's going to be very tricky.
I think the longer you play metal and the bigger your catalog gets, the more difficult that decision will be. What
It
songs to
is,
play?
but the more possibilities you also get when you plan the tour after the tour.
Mhm. I think right now might be one of the most exciting times for you in Halloween. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, it's definitely a dream come true. When we had the first idea to get the old guys in, the very very next very very good idea is to keep the old guys in.
Mhm.
Most of the bands are just changing members and calling it a reunion, which it is, but keeping the old guys was the most interesting part for me of it because why it wouldn't really make sense firing a very good singer and firing a very good guitar player just for getting a very good singer and another very good guitar player back in.
Mhm.
Why not? I mean, they've been with us for many many years, and they deserve to be a part of the big thing. And
Mhm.
I think it gives the whole thing a very very great variety.
Yeah, I think so as well. It only adds up too. It multiplies. Looking at the near future, what are the plans other than the tour? Do you have promotion plans?
Well, you mean for this record? Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing interviews every day, and a couple of them for like 2 3 hours, and then well, we might we're going to do the tour if so God will in April next year, and this is going to take us on the road for like the rest of the year, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, I think this is a very good plan, and we see what happened after. I mean, I feel that there's a lot more to come after that tour.
I really do hope so because right now you are in the zone. As I said, the album rocks like a madman. Yeah, it's nice to see you on top of your game again.
Yeah, it's nice. It feels very well. It just feels right. And on the other hand, if you know Michael Kiske in the way he thinks, he wouldn't really do such a thing if he doesn't like it. If he's not doing something with his whole heart, he's rather not doing anything. And so that tells me that he feels very very well being back in the family.
Absolutely. If you look at the recordings for the tour you did, it seemed like you had such a blast playing again.
Yeah, it was just feeling right. I mean, we had very very strong discussions about the arrangements and stuff like this. We were reading our head off because of the part needs to be in there or not, or maybe this way or maybe in that key. But this is normal, and we kind of glue together with it.
Well, there's many captains on this ship, but you're all heading in the same direction, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully.
Do you have any messages for the fans out there?
Oh yeah, even with the pandemic, you can't kill Halloween. We're
Mhm.
always keep on coming back. It's like I can't wait to go out there, and I wish the people all the luck that you know, that they're going to be able to watch the show, that they're going to be able to survive the pandemic financial wise and
Mhm.
emotional and in also in emotional manners. And I hope to see you. We see us all back in a very, very good state of mind and a very good condition. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, metal gets us through the worst of times. So
Yeah, metal keeps you alive. Metal keeps you positive in a way. Rock music in general, you know.
absolutely, I
It
agree.
always has a message, like a positive message, the way we do it, right? And we want to tell the people, all right, we're coming back. Hope we see you back very well in a good shape.
Mhm. Well, I do hope to see you out on tour. I'm looking forward to that, in fact.
All right.
And I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure.